Hey guys, Manoj Agarwal here. So, just wanted to talk about humility, particularly in this post-COVID economy opens up. If you are looking to get some help for your career or business, drop a comment. Let's discuss. Let's talk about what you're going through and find a solution for you. Let's talk about humility. I've been talking about how I'm observing that a lot is going to change as the economy opens up, as people start to get back to work. Uh, in my opinion, there's not going to be any normal. It's going to be actually a new normal, or you can just call it a brand new world 2.0 or whatever you. Because whatever we are used to in terms of our daily lives, our work, play, home, I think is going to change significantly over the next 2 or 3 years as this whole after effects of the pandemic and the economic fallout it unfolds. We are still under lockdown, so most of us, we don't really realize what is happening out there and what is happening behind the scenes, right? So coming to humility, as I have said earlier, things are going to change rapidly. A lot of the industries which were sort of the core industries, hospitality and things where people used to get in tight spaces, entertainment and things of that nature, they will be either transformed completely, like really they will be unrecognizable as compared to what the industry is today, or they will completely go out of business because they just won't have enough consumers, enough demand out there that they will be able to survive. That being said, new industries will pop up to take its place because we will have new ways of doing things. So for example, video conferencing will be more popular, and a lot of other new ways of doing things will pop up, and nobody can imagine how the world will look like. We can only speculate. So in this new world, you will need to as you need to reinvent yourself. If there's a lack of humility, if there is this sense of entitlement that this is how I used to do things, or this is what I'm entitled to, or this is what I know about this old world, and we become rigid and not sort of taken the learnings that are needed to reinvent ourselves, we will be in for a rude awakening because whatever we knew, it may not be relevant anymore in the new world, and people will just pass by. People who can adjust, who can adapt, who can evolve based on the environment around them, they will have a major advantage. And you don't have to go far. You can just look at evolution. As the environment changes, species who can adapt rapidly, they continue to grow, they continue to flourish, and the species who cannot adapt to the new environment, ultimately they start to go extinct, right? So I don't want that to happen to you guys, people listening to me, following me. Please take this advice and try to observe what is happening around you. Try to be vigilant, try to be very flexible, and keep an open mind, right? Okay, so if you continue to think the way that, if somebody gives you a different perspective which doesn't match your own perspective, instead of dismissing it right away, try to think why something is being said. Try to dig a little bit deeper, maybe do some a little bit of research. I'll give you a quick story. Yesterday I was talking to a couple of interns. I mean, these are separate instances, but uh, exactly the same thing happened. So a couple of interns, they're recently graduated from university, and they approached me that they wanted to work with me and learn from me on social media and all that stuff. And I asked them a few questions about what was going on in their life, what is their motivation, and in both cases I asked a couple of questions which made them a little bit uncomfortable. And right off the bat, they basically just said, I'm not no longer interested in this position, so bye. And I thought to myself, like, if they had just taken the moment to understand why I'm asking a couple of questions, so that I can help them improve their own skill set, and also assign them the work that they will enjoy the most, they would have gotten a really good deal out of it, or really good advice, or training or what have you. Instead, they took offense of that question, and without realizing, the real motive behind it, basically just said, okay, I'm not interested in this anymore. So, that's fine. It saved my time. So I said, okay, fine, please, good luck with everything. But that's a really good concrete example of how a small little instance um, could actually change your life. It could actually, one question that you say yes to, or think hard about, it could actually lead to a person who can actually change your life. But if you if you say no to everything and remain rigid, not flexible in your thought process, these opportunities will come by and they'll just pass by because you won't be able to take them. So please keep an open mind and say yes. At least look into things that are not matching your worldview and investigate them before saying no. Okay. So I hope this helps you in furthering your career or business. If you have any comments, questions, please drop them under the video, and we'll reach out and discuss it with you. Thanks, and keep safe, stay healthy. Bye.